So this is not a job. This is a service that your ancestors have asked me to render to you. My job is just to tell you the truth. Delete all the propaganda and all the misinformations. Tell you about whatever it is that you need to know about the trade. That many historians are even scared to talk about it, the truth. And that is what I am about to tell you now. You see, I always say that whenever you have a chance to come back to Africa, many of you feel so happy, you're so excited, you love it, and you would wish to come back over and over again if you have resources. You have some peace within, but you've never been happy. No, you've never been happy. When I look at you, my spirit tells me you're very sad. But forgive me, I'm a spiritualist, so I know what I say. Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
When you read in history that your own brothers and sisters from the African continent were among those group of people that sold your own ancestors into slavery, how did that make you feel?
Upsetting.
Upset.
Me? Betrayed.
Betrayed. Sis? Mad. Yeah, I love that. I think I love this adjective, mad. You see, you are right to feel that way. And even more.
Mm-hmm.
But you are the most diplomatic group I've ever met. Because when I ask these questions, the adjective that comes out is so stronger that I can't even stand on my feet. The pains in you as against those that perpetrate that crime is very, very, very much greater.
Mm.
And whenever you throw all those adjectives, I would never judge you. The reason being that I have never been in your shoes, so I wouldn't understand you better. That is why for me, Kofi, I have always remained at your side, and I would always be at your side. Why would I always be at your side? Because when we're growing up, we're told to love everyone. Our parents taught us to love everyone, irrespective of where everyone is coming from. So if that was what we were taught, then what went wrong? Is it because of greed or some selfish interest of some individuals? Now, this topic has become a very sensitive topic. You want to know why I sold you, but I'm also not ready to speak about it. But I'm the same person that keeps calling you to come back home because you belong to us. Do you think that will work?
Do I think what?
That will work.
That it will work?
No, it will never work. The only time it could work is for us to make sure that that topic is properly addressed.
Mm-hmm.
That is why Kofi, I don't know how many more years I have to spend on this earth, but I believe my role on this earth is to bring you back home one more time. I lived all my life believing that the continental African never suffered any pains. After all, we sent you away. So in all my life, that was what I believed in. Not until I came across a research that was conducted. And the findings of this research stated that the pains felt by our forebears could still be felt in us. Which means that that pain is not different in you. Neither is that same pain different in me. So you and I share the same pain. But for me, Kofi, I didn't know which pain that was. So I am back on a personal journey to understand my pain. Because if I am able to understand my pain, then equally I will understand your pain. So I did so many research. But it was a book that gave me the answer. And the title of this book, The Transatlantic Slave Trade, Landmark Legacies and Expectation, by Professor J.E. Akonda. Now, in that book, the professor made a very interesting revelation about the trade. He stated that 1% of the indigenous Africans supported the trade. 99% of us fought against the trade. But today, the 99% of us are being blamed for the pains that was caused by the 1%. And that blame that has been put on us, it is killing us, that 99%. But I always say that 99% of people that were taken, if you really want to understand this journey that you guys have taken, you first need to understand our pain. If you don't understand our pain, why do you come back home? Then somebody asks me, Kofi, you're making me confused. After all, you sold me. So why should I understand your pain instead of you understanding my pain? And I said, I'm going to put my pain in two scenarios. Just choose one and tell me why you will go for it. Your daughter came to you one morning and said, Mom, I'm leaving for school. I'll be back in the evening. And you said, okay. So you were in the house waiting for the return of your daughter. A few hours, you had a knock on the door. You were only expecting your daughter back home. So you ran to open the door to welcome your daughter. And to your surprise, someone presented to you the dead body of your daughter. Telling you your daughter just left for school, she couldn't make it, she's dead. And there's the body. The second scenario, your daughter went to that same school, but this time she never returned, and you never saw your daughter again. The first, you had the body and its closure. And the second, you don't know which one they go for. Which one they go for? Is it a closure or you don't know? Which one they go for? Yeah, I know, but because of your brother Kofi, you have to choose one. Which one you go for?
Probably the first one.
Probably the first one.
Yeah.
Closure.
Oh, I said most people want closure regardless. The pain is still there. It's not going to go away.
Yeah. And you're right. I had a research on this topic. My sample size was 837. And 86% of my respondents all went for closure. Because according to them, they can't stay a day of not knowing where their loved ones are.
Right.
When they have the body, it is painful, but at least they know where they kept that body. They could always go to the graveside. They could always speak to their daughter. So if all of us here today are going for closure, have you really thought about the 99% continental Africans? Those Africans that are their brothers and sisters in you, stolen and taken away from us? Nobody brought to us your dead bodies for us to have closure. No. We have been through this pains also for over 400 years now. So my question to you is, how do we get our closure? The only time we would get our closure is a day today for you to have made it home. So you see, so you're coming here today, you are giving closure to millions of your ancestors who never thought there would ever be a day today that their children would ever represent on this land. In the middle is Samuel Carson, the first African American without any formal education, landed in the US Navy, served with all his strength and might, died at the age of 35 years. He wasn't given a befitting burial. So on the 31st day of July 1998, that was the greatest homecoming. The two of our ancestors have to re-enter to the country through that door of no return of the Cape Coast dungeons. On that day, when they came through that door, it rained all day, thunderstorms all day. The sea was just freezing the return of your ancestors. They were taken to the door of no return. And that day, the door was changed to the door of return. The following day, being the 1st of August, they were buried here. The third tomb was brought in here recently during the Year of Return celebration by the Prime Minister of Barbados. She also excavated most slave cemeteries from Newton, Barbados, just for them to be buried here. And that's the third tomb. After the burial, groups also petitioned that they also wanted to be buried here. But I cannot say no to you, because this land equally belongs to you. So inside this graveyard has been given out. And today we have 513 ashes on this land. Yes, the trade was abolished in 1807. And it took effect in 1st January 1808 for the abolishment of the trade, manual slavery. With slavery, I don't know the date, but I only know what the book says. That in the US of A, 1865, British colony 1834, French colony 1846. But for me, I don't believe slavery has been abolished. It has evolved into a new form. And today, we have moved from slavery in chains and shackles to mental slavery. And that is why Haile Selassie and Bob Marley told us we should emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, because none other than ourselves can free you.